Hello Aquarius, welcome to my channel and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I would also like to welcome Spirit into this reading and say thank you for the messages we are about to receive. This is a work and career reading for Aquarius from the 8th to the 21st of April 2019. Please don't forget to watch your moon and rising sign for a more complete picture. If you'd like a personal reading, I put my details in the description box, so please go to my website to book a reading. And don't forget to watch these new videos that I'm putting out with regards to energy remedies. I'm starting the series this week, so have a look. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave me some comments if these messages resonate with you. So I'm starting off with this general energy read, and then I will do the general tarot read for you afterwards. Okay, so there's new power coming in for you over here. And you might be dealing with a fair-haired or dark-haired man as well. Now, there could be some kind of work romance going on. Although this is not a romance read, it's generally a work read. You could be very attracted to this person that you're dealing with, this fair-haired or gray-haired man. And maybe they're a very powerful person, and maybe you're attracted to this power in this person, but you're dealing or working with this person. Now, in the past, in your work situation, you've been working alone and facing a lot of problems and a lot of challenges that you've been dealing with by yourself. And you've been working really based on faith, so you've had a lot of hope, and you've been using, maybe you've been praying a lot as well in this particular situation. Maybe you felt very, very isolated and you had to deal with a lot of problems by yourself, and you've needed to pray about it. Now, going into the future, you've got that reconciliation card and feeling very, very vulnerable. So there could have been some kind of problem that happened at work where there has been a breakdown in communication, and so some kind of reconciliation is needed there. And right now you're feeling as though you're being victimized in that particular position, because you got that vulnerable card. So maybe people are having a go at you and you don't seem to have any defense right now. So there was some kind of blow up, some kind of big problem that happened, maybe a breakdown in communication over here. You've got these rifts over here, and this has left you feeling very unhappy or very, very vulnerable. So whatever it is you dealt with was quite a difficult situation, dealt with it quite alone, but there seems to be some kind of breakup or some kind of problem that happened, and that's left you feeling, very, very vulnerable. So, and you are dealing with this person who's very powerful. They might have quite an influence on your future, this grey-haired or fair-haired man. This could be an office romance, or could be something that is coming in over here for you, but this person that you're dealing with is pretty powerful. So those are the energies for those 2 weeks. Right, so I'm going to use the Tarot of New Vision for the main read. I have shuffled this deck. Let's see what it's got to say. Okay, so you've got the Sun card over here. So you've been working pretty hard. Maybe you started some kind of new project and you've been very, very focused on it. You've got this baby and the horse over there. So things are moving forward for you. There's a lot of communications going on over here, but you've been working a lot of hours, very late hours, long hours, and, really, this is almost like, working long hours, not getting enough rest, putting a lot of effort into that kind of project that you're doing in order for you to get returns. So a lot of effort going in. Now, this will be successful eventually, whatever you're doing, but it's going to require a lot of dedication and a lot of focus as well. So what's happening with you? You can see there's a celebration card. So after all of that hard work, it seems like things are going to start to pay off. So you've got a celebration card over here, getting together and celebrating, toasting, the success of that particular project. So you can see this baby on the horse house, that brand new thing that you have launched is going to produce success. And there you've got that 3 of Cups coming in, which is showing that success is coming into your arena right now. And you got the world card over here, so you're going to be, you're finishing that project right now. So that project is coming to an end, and it's going to be a successful end. And it's also going to give you a lot of power in your hand, and maybe it's going to lead you on to traveling quite a bit, or expanding onto an international arena as well. So there's a lot of international communication as well coming in. So a very successful end to a project that you worked very, very hard on, and it's going to give you a lot of power in your hand, and it's going to make allow you to travel, to communicate, become an expert in that particular field that you're doing. So it's going to, this is the end of that particular project. So something brand new will begin, but this is the end, a successful end to whatever you've been doing and whatever you've been working on. So in the past year, you've got the King of Pentacles over here, and this king is very focused on his money. You can see, and so this is what you've been, you can see this man taking the bull by the horns. So you have been the one that has been in charge of that particular situation and taking control of it, organizing it, making sure that people are working. So you have been a leader of this particular project. You can see there's a man in the field over there working, and this man is giving instructions to him. So, you have been, the one that's in the driver's seat, if you like, making sure that everything is done properly, and managing everything, managing the resources, and coming up with the ideas, and being very, very focused. You have been leading this particular project. So in the last 3 months, maybe that particular thing has come to an end, and you got the Fool starting something brand new and moving on, taking a risk in doing something new. So whatever it is, there has been a lot of problems as well. You've got this volcano going on over here. You have been, and he's almost at that edge, and it looks like the rocks want to fall off. So you have started something brand new, and it's a risky start, something that has been very risky. Maybe this is the risky thing that you have done in this last few months, and this has been very successful. So you started this project, it's been very, very risky, but it seems like it's been very successful, or it will be very successful, even though you had to take that risk, take a chance at doing whatever it is that you're doing. So maybe you launch something new where you are taking that leadership, focusing. Maybe you had to invest your own money in it, and maybe that has been the risk. And it seems like there's going to be a successful outcome to that. So what's in your mind? You've got the High Priestess over here. You can see that, there's maybe some further study, education, research that needs to be done. So something hasn't come to light. There's something that is hidden that you need to find out. You've got the owl over there, and this is talking about information, knowledge that is hidden, or that is buried, if you like. So you do need to go and do some research, further research, in order to reveal what you need to make things move forward. So especially with that owl, you do need to go and find out about what's going on, and you need to move the veil out of the way. So you have to go and actively research. You can't sit and wait for things to happen. It seems that sitting and waiting for things to happen, that cycle is coming to an end. You got the end of that moon over there, so you have to start being proactive. So going into the future, you've got the Wheel of Fortune coming in over here. So things are starting to turn, things are starting to move, and things are starting to change for you. Where if it's been stuck, especially if you've got the High Priestess over here sitting and waiting for things to happen, it seems like that energy starts to move, and you will have to start, you'll start getting very, very busy, or you'll be very, very active at this particular moment, because that wheel is turning right now. So whatever you do, whatever information comes in, is going to allow that wheel to change, or allow that wheel to turn. So you do need to go and do that research that you need in order for you to turn that Wheel of Fortune. So you've got the Stars card over here, so some inspiration coming in for you, some kind of information coming in, and this is also getting a lot of recognition. You can see the stars quite bright over there, communicating on a very international basis via maybe a lot of internet communication over here, and there's some brand new idea coming in as well, some brand new project coming in as well, because you've got the fire in the middle of the star over here. So this is also is a card that counsels that if you are feeling very, very negative about a situation, you need to get rid of that emotions, and you now are finished with that particular project, and you will be walking on, moving on. So you can see this man's moving on over here in this particular deck. So it looks like whatever you have done is going to bring you a lot of fame. You're going to be able to make a lot of contacts with people. If you're feeling very negative, get rid of all of that, and bright idea, new idea coming in for you, and you're going to be able to move on from it. So you will be finishing this particular project and moving on. You got the Temperance card over here. So what's going on around you? You need to be. So this is this new. You can see there's that new project that you're doing. So something that you did. It might have been something that you invented, some kind of new idea that you had. The Temperance card is talking about balance, finding that balance. And also trying to be very realistic about the goals that you set and your intentions that you set, and also getting advice from people. So also using all the skills and talents that you have acquired and accumulated over the years and putting it into this project is the thing that's going to get it off the ground. So you have to draw on all your past experiences and put it into action in order for you to move this particular project forward. But also it's also counseling about being grounded. So keep one foot on the ground, and don't let your emotions get away with you as well. This is also taking advice from people and some kind of new idea, some kind of enlightenment coming in for you. That man's head is illuminated over there. And this might also involve some travel. This Temperance card is ruled by Sagittarius, and that is about international, getting your message onto the international arena as well. So be aware that whatever you're doing is not going to remain local. It's something that's going to really expand. And maybe this is what you're making plans for. And once the Wheel of Fortune comes in, and you've got the World card over here, it shows like almost an international expansion of that particular idea. Now the Judgment card over here, it's calling you to make a change. You need to change things, decide what you want to leave behind, learn from mistakes that you made in the past. This is the Judgment call. This is trying to make a decision about what to do in order for you to move forward. And there might be some ideas from the past that you need to employ in this present current situation in order for you to move forward. It seems like you're worried about that whatever you're doing might not work out, but this is a chance for you. This is the turning point in your life, and you have to make that decision to move forward. Now going into the future, you've got the 10 of Swords, the Moon, and you've got the Devil card over here. So the 10 of Swords says whatever didn't work out for you, it's time to leave it and move on. So if there was anything within this particular job or particular project that you did that was not successful, that did not serve you, it did not work out for you, it is time for you to leave it all behind and walk away from it. You might have been dealing with some really difficult people as well in your job situation, and maybe even in this project, even though the project has been successful itself, maybe the people that you worked with were a bit toxic and it hasn't been what you expected it to be. So this is a time now, you have now ended that particular cycle. So whatever you've been doing, where you've been working hard, it has been successful, but it's now come to an end. This is closure. And this Wheel of Fortune is also a 10, so that particular cycle is now over. And there have been difficulties in this particular job. So it hasn't been smooth sailing right through. There have been a lot of problems as well that you had to deal with. So that particular situation is now ending, and you have to leave it and walk on. You've got the Moon. Maybe you're feeling a bit down because you are leaving that old situation and moving on. But you are now entering into a new phase. And don't be afraid to make big moves or make big decisions. Don't expect the worst case scenario, and this is what the Moon says. You're scared to take a chance, and you're a bit stressed out, and you expect the worst to happen. This man is in full armor, so you're still expecting things to go completely wrong for some reason or the other, but it's time for you now to just let it go and move on and stop being depressed about things. Then you've got the Devil card over here. So whatever new thing that you're starting over here is going to be something that takes up a lot of your time and takes up, a lot of your... the Devil card is being changed to a particular job and having to work pretty hard for it. So it's a card that is ruled by Capricorn, and this is about work and getting on. So you might get into a position, or you may have been working with somebody that was very, very, dominating, or somebody that was really pushy and had you in control. And it seems like maybe that situation has now come to an end. Maybe this is what you're leaving behind. You're leaving behind this person that was a bit of a control freak over there, and somebody who was had you under whip and chain, if you like. So somebody that you had been working with might have been a superior that had been giving you grief. It seems like pushing you on to finish this particular project, slave driving you, if you like. And now that particular situation is now over. Maybe you didn't get along with this person at all. So it seems like that particular situation is now over, and you are now moving away from it. So you're ending a cycle of difficulty, really. So even though it was successful and you are very, very happy that it's all finished, it seems like the Wheel of Fortune is changing, and you are now going to be moving on. So I'm just going to draw some cards from the Fairy Tarot. And the first card is the Six of Summer, which says the return of people from your past, remembering events differently in a better or worse light than they really occurred. So it looks like maybe you'll be, getting together with somebody that you worked with before. So reconciling with somebody that you worked with before. So maybe starting off something new with somebody else. So maybe once this old work cycle is now finished, maybe you're going to be moving on. Maybe somebody else has made you an offer and you've known this person in the past. You've got another 6 over here, which says the good you do comes back to you, an unexpected inflow of money, borrowing wisely. So it looks like money is coming in for you. You might be, working with this person that you met in the past again, and they make a new offer to you, and that's pays you a lot more, and maybe you're leaving behind this old situation, because with the Ten of Swords is definitely leaving behind a situation and walking away from it. You can see that person is walking off and walking away from the devil as well. So whatever that old job was when had you changed, maybe you're going to be starting something brand new and working in a better situation. And you've got the Fool over here, so you are starting something brand new. So you are leaving behind this old cycle. Whatever you're going to start off now is going to pay you a lot more money, and it might be somebody that you're working with that you've that you're going to start work with that you've known in the past before. So some kind, maybe you're going back to an old job or an old company that you worked with, but you're starting something brand new and you're taking that chance and you're going to be doing it. So it looks like the end of this old work cycle. Whatever you finish now, whatever this project is, whatever this job is come to an end. You are dealing with a very difficult person with that devil card over there, and you worked a lot of long hours, and maybe they kept you in subservience. They weren't paying you very well. That situation is now finished and done with, and it looks like you're going to be moving on to something brand new. You're going to be launching off into a more international front over here. So it looks like, you've gotten the fame and you've gotten the success, and you also seem to be walking away. So it looks like you're in transition at the moment, especially with the Wheel of Fortune coming in. It looks like you're moving on from this situation and you're going to start something brand new. So I hope this reading has resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And please watch the new videos that I'm doing, that I've started, the new video series that I've started on energy remedies. Thank you so much for watching. Take care now. Goodbye.